What's up, YouTube? I know you missed me. It's okay. It's been 3 weeks, but I've been working.
I know.
And you're going to see that progress.
I knew that he was ashy. I knew that he was ashy. It look ashy to me.
I'm going to look ashy.
Y'all,
I look way more flexible on camera than I am in real life.
She can sit on her legs.
Shut your mouth.
You can. Can you?
Mouth. But yeah, like I was saying, before I was really interrupted. I've been gone. I took a 3-week break because I've been doing stuff. I've been doing stuff.
You been grinding.
I'm gonna show what?
You been grinding.
Oh, I thought you said I've been crying. I'm not telling that.
No, you are a big baby though.
I thought she said something else. Snitch. Come on. Okay. So
we
as you know,
glasses. That's you acting girly. Because you was
anyways, shut your fat mouth. Anyways, yeah, I've been working on stuff. And tell me if y'all mess with it. Because listen, I like it.
You the only one with a heavy top and bottom lip.
What do you mean? How the freak your top lip heavy? If my top lip was heavy, it'll meet my bottom lip at all times.
So you got somehow. That's why your teeth so small.
What?
Because your lips so big. Let's go on to the video. Hey.
Daddy looks big and his teeth big.
Genetics said F you.
Uncle Maurice's teeth big and his lips big.
Genetics said F you.
You said something. You still ain't say get for
Plus,
big teeth.
well, never mind. I was about to say that.
Y'all want to hear something? My teeth were bigger. My baby teeth were bigger than my adult teeth.
They were. She had butt teeth. She was butt teeth.
She had
big old gap right there too.
She had sharp teeth.
I miss them so much.
She had 3 rows of teeth at the bottom of her mouth.
I ain't got no more now. No more now.
Hey,
Yo.
anyways, you know, you already know
She ain't, bro. You can't see it on camera, but she's like ashy, like she all 2 different things hit my foot. That look hurt.
What, my foot hit your foot?
Yeah,
I got a heavy foot. I wear a size
no,
13.
don't look scrape me.
Or scrape you.
You got your feet down.
I ain't get a pedicure in about the month that we went with Mulan.
Yeah, but like that was before that.
But that was last year.
We got it done. She got it done twice. I went with her twice. Get them done. You
No,
did it
talking
the
about
second time.
When I paid to get your nails done.
My nails.
No, your nails when you got the blue.
Oh yeah.
That was the last time. So last year. I can't say last year because it's only February. So last year.
What's the last
Before November. So like.
I spilled juice on me.
In October. Anyway, that's not the point. So when you see her, you should already know what's gonna happen. It's a sisters react, bro.
You're so ugly.
And you already know we love to react to scary stuff. So we're gonna react to this scary stuff. Today we are reacting.
Pause. You just said we love to react to the scary stuff. You make me do this. You asked me to do this. Who said I like this? We can be reacting to, like I said last video, music videos, something else, just something, anything else. You nasty. I'm glad you ain't blow like your mama.
I don't know something. Anyways, let's get to the video. This is 12 minutes long. We reacted to 3 scary, true Chuck E. Cheese stories. So.
I thought it was 3 seconds. Okay. Because you said 3. I thought it was like 3 different videos.
No, but it's 3 different stories in one video. Anyways, let's get to
I can do that.
Turn your volume up because it's never up.
Yeah. Chuck used to always scare me.
Especially when he used to look like that. Bro, now he's a small little mouse. I don't like that.
You know Chuck E. can't scare you, right?
Remember Chuck E.Cheese?
Yo, why did he used to look like that when we was growing up?
Bro, why didn't we look like that? We talk about it too.
Girl, our eyes caught like a pistol.
Ugly ass baby. Eyes caught like a pistol.
I'm telling you, I think that's his left eye too.
Wanna do it? No. Hold on.
Anyways.
I can control it.
It made me think back to my horrible experience there as a very little kid. I was no older than 8 or 9.
Both his eyes caught though. Both my eyes don't do that.
Why they 2 different colors?
It's just my left.
This specific location closed down years ago, but it used to be basically down the street from our old house. My mom took my little brother and I, and she let us roam free and do our own thing and play the games while she sat at one of the tables reading.
That's what I remember.
Pause. First of all,
That's what I remember. I don't know what it is
if
now.
we roamed free, we wouldn't able to go nothing but like 3 feet from our parents. So we had to play the game right in front of their table. Like when I tell you, everywhere we went, they went. And because it was only 2 of us at the time, my dad usually went with Jada. My mom usually went with me.
Our daddy would take both of us.
My daddy would take both of us and we'd do everything together. But never have we sat there and roamed the whole place by ourselves.
We'll get in trouble if we went to the bathroom.
And if we went out of sight, that ass was gonna be in mine because
right down the public. There you go. At all.
They were so strict about them seeing us.
And the other parents.
They're lying.
And it was playing this clown game where you had to shoot the clown's teeth out with this little cannonball shooter.
I remember that. Oh, I do remember that. That was water.
Tickets for the prizes. I finished the game again, and the ticket shot out from the ticket slot. That's when I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned and jumped in my seat. I was greeted with a giant Chuck E.Cheese mascot in my face. He held out his hand for a high five, and naturally I gave him this high five with a smile. He then pointed at the tickets and gave me a thumbs up. I think I just continued laughing and smiling and said, yeah. Then he pointed at the tickets once more and motioned for me to follow him. So I ripped the tickets from the slot and followed the giant mascot. As we walked across the main floor, a couple other kids around like 6 came up to him saying, hey Chucky, and he gave them both high fives. I kept following him, wondering if he'd tell the other kids to follow, but he didn't. He would turn back every few seconds to make sure I was still following.
No one ran.
Finally, we made it across the main floor by the stage towards this back area, where he waved me to follow him through this employees-only door.
No.
From what I remember about how I was feeling, let's just say a combination of weird and excited. We entered this narrow hallway, and I felt kind of special for being allowed access back here. Keep in mind, I had the mind and maturity of a very young child.
You were a child.
Pause. Having the mind and the maturity of a very young child. Maybe because we never had that as a young child, we knew not to go nowhere without letting our parents know. I don't give a freak if it was Chucky, because mind you, we were scared of Chucky. So the only time we went near Chucky is if my daddy carried us and made us high five him. And we still cried. Our little brother hit Chucky in the nose the first time he met him. So the mind and the maturity of a young child all depends on how your parents
Raised you.
instill stuff into you.
Completely.
Because Mama and our dad used to try us all the time with stranger danger.
And we get beat.
You got beat. I never fell. She fell. I never fell.
I didn't care. I did not care not one bit.
And she,
Not
honestly,
one bit.
Jada, I feel like Jada would have got kidnapped.
I would have been there right now. If I wasn't
If it wasn't a trial, like, if it wasn't a test, she would not be there.
Gone.
And you know what's crazy? I probably wouldn't have cared because I was too young to remember her
No.
even being there.
Okay. Yeah, I would have been gone. But remember one time when Daddy came pick us up, and we was walking home.
We was walking to the bus stop.
Okay.
Anyways, I could honor that I froze.
She called him. He knows this way to make his car
First of all,
stop sound off.
He smoothly rode up on us.
And the car he still got to the
And he
gate.
said, beep, beep. And
I
honked the
was
horn.
gone. I was gone.
I jumped and froze. Mind you, I was on the phone with my daddy though. So I mean, if something would have happened, my dad would have hurt the whole thing. So either way, I would have been.
It was him still, but like
It was him
clear
still.
froze.
But
I was all the way. We was not even close to being down the street. By the time I looked back, I was already almost around the corner. And I saw it was my daddy, and he drove up to get me. I wouldn't. Daddy said you wouldn't have even told us she was gone.
And he wouldn't have had to, because guess what? I was on the phone with my daddy. So if a man would have kidnapped me, my daddy would have heard it.
I would have been
The
gone.
point is,
But I would have got
I knew the
snatched.
difference between stranger danger.
But I would have got snatched.
You would have got snatched.
At least I know when a flight is a fight.
Mind this. I've always been a big girl. So I'm scared. But if you put a scary person in a scary situation, they're going to always fight back. And if you weren't raised like that, I'm sorry. Back to the
Mascot led me to this back room where he motioned for me to enter first. So I
No,
did.
you and your mama.
It was a small changing room type of room. It had a few lockers on one wall and one long bench extending half the length of the room. That was it. He entered the room and shut the door behind us.
The fact that he remembered and he was so detailed, if it's not a script, it's a problem for me.
First of all, you
That's
remember,
a problem for me.
we just sat here and tell people how we remember stuff that scared us. You think this man not finna sit here and remember some creepy
The
stuff? that
whole room on he that no.
I noticed he
No.
locked it. That's when I became confused and afraid. I thought he was taking me to get a bunch of free tickets. What could he possibly do in this empty room with me? He approached me, put his furry mascot hand on my shoulder, and then started rubbing from my shoulder to my arm. Then he seemed as though he tried to reach lower with both of his hands, and I pushed him off and yelled, "Stop." That's when the person in the suit lifted the mask off his head, revealing some sweaty, middle-aged man underneath. He started to remove the rest of the costume from himself as he told me to be quiet. I sat there watching, shaking, and plotting my way for the door.
Back to plotting. Like,
When I thought he was distracted enough by the suit, I tried to run past him for the door, but he grabbed me and told me to stop. He offered me all the free tickets I wanted if I just behaved. I started to yell and pound on the door. He tried to cover my mouth, but I think he gave up when he realized it wasn't worth the risk for him. I unlocked the door and ran back down the hall in tears. I ran back to my mom, yelling at her about what just happened. She was distraught and went right to the front desk. The girl at the front desk seemed to be in a panic as well, and I think she called for her supervisor. Pretty soon, all the music was stopped, and the place was put into a lockdown of sorts, where all the kids were to go to their parents. A bunch of workers ran to the back section, and eventually police showed up outside. I had to give my whole story to a crowd of like 6 people, and I was extremely nervous. The man in the Chuck E. suit was some random creep who snuck into the back section of the building to dress in one of the suits and apparently lure children to the back. Realizing and looking back at that now as a grown adult is disturbing and disgusting, that I was the victim of a predator.
No, really?
I found out if that monster was caught.
not really a victim.
So wait, did he
didn't
get
do
it?
nothing but
But it is female pedophiles, so don't think all women are the same. Because first of all,
I used to work for Chuck E.Cheese very
Bro.
briefly when I was 21 years
it was
old.
3 stories about Chuck E. Cheese.
It was one of the
Why do I like the
characters-
Chuck E. Cheese in Orange Park though?
that we went to
Mind you, this is like Chuck E. Cheese in Orange Park.
Florida.
You better not be in Florida.
slash maintenance workers. No, not very awe-inspiring. I was broke as hell and needed money. All my job really entailed was cleaning tables and keeping the play areas generally clean. Sounds easy, but there was never really a time to just sit and take a breath. There was always something to clean or take care of. I would also be in charge of turning on and off the animatronics, opening the stage curtain.
Pause. I'm not turning on nothing that can talk to me.
Oh, so that means he was up there early in the morning or late at night.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good. I don't know. Find Nights at Freddy's scarred me enough.
It's crazy because Five Nights at Freddy came out after what, a couple of years ago.
I'm a little messed up in the head stuff to show me Five Nights at Freddy's.
But mind you, if Five Nights at Freddy would have came out way before, I wouldn't. Nobody wanted to work at no freaking Chuck E. Cheese.
Curtains,
way he used to
fixing
look
busted
so
arcade machines and
creepy.
things of that nature.
And now he
My
had
shifts would
anorexic
always be
mouth.
later, from like 4 to 10 p.m.
Right.
My location closed at 8 on weekdays and 9 on
I
weekends.
remember that.
I would stay an
That
hour,
was
sometimes
crazy.
2 hours after to get the place in top shape ready for the next day.
Police.
So this one night,
Police.
I was working past close like I usually did. Everyone had already left the building, including the other workers, so I was the last one in the building. I was dragging my cleaning cart around the arcade area. I had
Lazy fuck.
already turned off all the game machines.
It's not. She's getting
I was
chilly.
by that space-themed arcade machine where you had to press the button at the right moment to stop the light on the jackpot bulb. As I was passing by this machine, the space-themed music suddenly emits from the machine at a very loud volume, and all the lights start flashing again.
Static is what you did.
I felt like my heart was in my throat. That's how much it startled me. I fiddled with my...
Shut up.
Access the control port of the machine to turn it off again. I'd never seen anything like that happen before.
First of all, he said his heart was in his throat. My heart drops to my ass. I don't see how your heart go up. Mine, it don't
If
understand.
y'all feel like y'all gotta take a duke when y'all scared,
Yo, I be so ooh, you
I
know
don't-
you
we
scared
can't
when
be-
you
we
gotta
can't-
take a
you
poo.
can't relate if you can't tell
You
me
know
that
you
do.
scared when you gotta take a poo.
And even while you take it, even when you done, you still act like you gotta go to bed. And it be one of them sweaty ones too. You be sweating.
You ain't never been scared correctly if you ain't feel like you had to take a poop. Nah, a scary movie has never made me feel like I had to take a poop. It's always real life situations that scare me.
Like bad grades?
That I have to take a poop. It's never something that's supposed to be
She
scary.
about to die.
Just
I'm supposed to go down this, okay?
only because I was all alone in that big building pretty late at night. The weirdness didn't stop there, though. By this point in the night, I had already shut down the animatronics on the stage. So when I heard Chucky's pre-recorded laugh break the silence of the room, my heart started pounding again. The laugh was short and
I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's.
glitchy.
I have.
Never. I might make that
Quickly,
into a
cards
video.
go
I've
backstage
never
and
played.
check on the animatronics.
But after watching this, I
You see,
just
they were
might
in their
have to.
idle modes now, meaning they would move their limbs
You
and
would get
heads
so
around every
scared.
so often. I would have to go to the control room to turn them off, but this was the second strange thing to happen that night. I started getting paranoid that someone else was in the building with me, but that thought was interrupted when I noticed that the Chucky animatronic was facing me, and its head angled down perfectly to look as though it was looking at me. It was bizarre. Bizarre that I was finding it that disturbing. I'm not crazy, but for my own peace of mind, with my eyes on the Chucky animatronic, I walked
Isn't the
past
curtain
it,
supposed to be
closer
closed?
to the control room. We waited there for a few seconds.
Maybe they stay open until
And the
morning.
animatronic spun 90 degrees to face me once more.
But see, I would rather the curtain be open because if it was closed, it'd scare me 10 times more. Because then you got to go up and open the curtain.
No, I'm gonna go in the control room. I'm gonna make sure everything's shut off, and if it's still laughing, I'm leaving. Cart in the middle of the room. I don't care. I don't
I wouldn't
care.
even be hired for a job like that.
I don't
Perfectly.
care.
I swear it was once again looking right at me, and then the laughter emitted once again from the animatronic.
You can tell this is
Glitchy cut off
scripted
now.
because it's
This time much louder, obviously because I was right next to it. I ran to the control room to hit the switch to turn everything off on the stage once more. I left the control room, and the Chucky animatronic was still facing the direction it was moments before. I left the stage through the curtain and just felt uneasy.
The curtain was shut.
I started to think maybe it was all just getting to my head. That's when I heard the horrible laugh again come from the stage behind the curtains.
That's too many times. No, sorry, I would have to argue.
That was the last straw. I took my card, clocked out, and left. I texted my boss the next day that I had to leave early because I was feeling extremely sick. He said it wasn't a problem, but he never mentioned anything about the animatronics being left on. And when I asked him if the animatronics had some kind of motion detecting feature to look at people, he said no, they didn't. I'm not the most superstitious guy, and I firmly believe I wasn't the only presence in that building that night. I don't mean there was another person in there. Story from my childhood that I don't like to look back on too much.
I'm so sick of this voice.
I was 13.
That looked like a
My
cafeteria.
mom brought my two
Like a
little
school
sisters
cafeteria
and I
that they
to
put Chuck E. Cheese in.
My sisters are 4 and 6 years younger than me, so it was more for them. My mom just wanted me to come along.
I would have stayed.
My mom was playing games with my sisters, so I went to do my own thing. It was my only time ever at Chuck E.Cheese, so I was trying to play every game at least once. Eventually, a worker in a red polo shirt came up to me. He was in his lower to mid-20s, I'd say. He didn't seem that old. He asked me if I wanted some more tokens. I said, yeah, sure. He told me to follow him. He led me through this sketchy back
How old
door
is he?
led to a back exit. I asked him where he was leading me. He said to his truck. He told me not to tell anyone, but that he had access to all the tokens he wanted, and just kept piles of them in his car. I stopped following when I realized he was leading me to his car. I told him my mom would be mad. He tried to push that I follow him a little more, but gave up. Before I walked back inside, he asked for my AIM username, and I gave it to him. Always
AIM?
excited for
What's
new
that?
friends on AIM.
There we go.
For those of you who don't know,
Is that like an old
AIM was an
MySpace?
instant messenger that was all the rage before smartphones and texting really became
Oh, so it's
a
like
thing.
Kick.
How old
Before
is
I
he?
Kick.
don't remember his username. All I know it was something with his name in it, which was Ben. I would sign on to AIM every single night, including that night after Chuck E. Cheese. I signed in, and I had a few friends online.
So it's like Kick without
Next thing I
Kick.
knew, I got a message from Ben. So I added him to my buddy list. He said, hey, it's Ben from earlier. I replied, what's up? And we started chatting. He chatted with me as if we were good friends already. I asked him how he was able to get all the tokens he wanted, and he said it's easy when you work there. He told me he was going to come to my house that night with a bunch of tokens. I told him, no, it's okay. And he told me, no, it's fine. You live really close to me anyway. I replied,
Wait,
When
so
did you tell him?
So AIM gives you the person's location. Kick has never
Ask for location.
ever asked you for your location. All it asked was for a password and a username. And if you were upset, you changed your Kick picture to black. But it has never asked for a location.
That's suspicious.
And people can't get your location from Instagram unless you share it. And when you share it, you don't ever put your address. You put like a state, Florida, Cancun. You don't ever like.
Where did you get Cancun from?
You know when,
places.
because you know when you go on exotic trips, you want people to know you either in Africa, Hawaii, or Cancun. You want them to know you in California.
Cancun.
Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
how do you know where I live? And he said he followed my mom's van on our way home.
oh, so it don't give you okay? Because I was gonna say, MySpace, but it don't. He's a creep. I'm sleeping with my mom. Right into my
I
dad.
blocked his account
From my
immediately.
grandma's.
I was beyond scared.
You were
I told my friends about it on AIM. Some of them said I should tell my parents
You
or
think?
call the
You
police,
should.
but I waited.
You tell your
I
friends
know.
before you tell your people.
I would have told my
That's
parents.
idiotic.
I would have told my parents that somebody tried to take me to their truck.
Right. As
I
soon as
was-
I went back.
As soon as I went back to Chuck E.Cheese, I would have told somebody tried to take me to the truck.
Nigga, oh no, I done on my phone. Hey, mama.
And I really hope your
Come
mama,
meet me.
And I really hope your mama and your daddy together, because your daddy's gonna whoop some ass.
Your mom's gonna whoop yours for not saying nothing first time.
But
Right, mama would kill me.
I heard a
Forget
truck
I
pull
would
up
want
outside
it to be
my
kidnapped
window.
if I didn't tell her.
I looked out the window and saw the
No,
black
I don't
truck
feel
that
like
that
it's
guy
very
was leading me
disrespectful.
towards earlier. I saw him get out from the truck, and I know he spotted me because he started walking over to my window. I pulled the window in and locked it, and then shut the blind. By that point, he was already halfway to my window.
He got old windows, the ones that open like this. Good morning, on Snow White. I'll be darned. A double door. I don't want to hear it either.
No.
He was waving his arms at me. I ran to my mom to tell her. She didn't find it funny, thinking I was kidding at first.
She got to be
I
right.
convinced her after she looked out the window and saw the black truck begin to speed down the road. My mom wanted me to show her the AIM conversation, but I couldn't, as I had deleted him off my buddy list and blocked him. My parents called the police, of course, but that was just for peace of mind. They couldn't do anything besides make a report. The next day, my mom called the Chuck E.Cheese and asked about a Ben. They said they had no Bens who worked there. There were also no employees matching that guy's description. The Chuck E.Cheese eventually handed the CCTV footage from the day before to the police department for an investigation, which turned up no results. My family never went to a Chuck E.Cheese ever again.
How does the So how does the cameras not catch anything? If he was in the building,
What if he was like in a corner?
how does the camera?
Because you know them back walls and the corners and stuff?
No,
What if
he
in a
was
corner?
playing a game.
I know, but it's not like old school. Some of them be like close to a corner.
But even if then, him walking between the floor, a camera should have picked it up.
What if he already left state?
No, that's
I
not
know
the
I'm saying,
point.
but what if he left state?
But it should have shown the dude.
But he never said if they did or not show him.
He just said the CCTV showed no evidence.
I could begin to speed down the road. My mom wanted me to show her the AIM conversation, but I couldn't, as I had deleted him off my buddy list and blocked him. My parents called the police, of course, but that was just for peace of mind. They couldn't do anything besides make a report. The next day, my mom called the Chuck E.Cheese and asked about a Ben. They said they had no Bens who worked there. There were
Stop
also
touching
no
me.
employees matching that guy's description. The Chuck E.Cheese eventually handed the CCTV footage from the day before to the police department for an investigation, which turned up no results.
Didn't catch the guy on the camera.
Get this on my laptop. Get this off my laptop.
Hey, can you see me?
Okay, now my agent, if my FBI agent looks through my screen, do something to your phone, I'll laugh. Get in touch with her people.
First of all, his agent can't do nothing to my phone. Only my agent can.
Get in touch with her people. Get in touch with her people. Get in touch with her people. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. You got my back. I got
You
yours.
sound like a fat hater. Anyways, so within the 2 stories, there were 2 creeps that acted like employees. And he was in a red polo shirt, so he knew what he was doing. But as always,
You're very loud.
could you please comment, like, and if you're new, subscribe.
Please, make her shut up. Make her shut up.
Subscribe, bro. Subscribe. Share the video. Help me to help you, to help me, to help you, to help me give you better content. Become an extra. You know, most extras become the lead roles in other stuff. Start here.
Not yet. You're still extra.
Start here.
You're still a background character.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the main character.
But most background characters do fine.
Big facts.
Start here.
Get my line. Any of you, please. Let me stop.
Start here. Become an extra here. Applications down below in the comments. Just say I'm in. As always, I love you. Bye.